Hi Taurus, this is your January mid-month tarot reading. We'll have three separate spreads in this mid-month's reading. We'll have a spread on new love, a separate spread on love in an existing relationship or marriage, and I'll end with the love from the past, aka the X spread. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is on new love in the second half of January. We have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Emperor. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Three of Cups. And the potential outcome, we have the Six of Wands with the Chariot and the Ace of Pentacles. And we also have Justice on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with Aries, Cancer, Libra, or pretty much any zodiac sign. Well, Taurus, what can I say? The only reason why I kept going after the first three cards that came out was I was hoping to see a court card. We got one, the Emperor. That was actually the last card that I pulled. Here's the deal. The first two cards, the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, both of those two cards are commitment to marriage cards. If you're going to a wedding, you could be meeting this person there. If you're going to an engagement party, you could be meeting this person there. If you're going to some kind of a family reunion, perhaps your grandma or your mom wants to introduce you to somebody they know, and they will bring that person to the family party. And perhaps that's how you will meet this person. All right. But for others of you, this is just the way of the universe to say that you're going to marry this person, right? That's the only way for me to interpret this, besides the fact that you could be meeting this person at some kind of a family function and somebody brings somebody, an outsider, because they think you would be a perfect match. Other than that, this is definitely the end. The end in a good way. The Emperor, clarifying the Ten of Cups, that's, I think, the person who you're going to be marrying. The Emperor often comes through as a husband or a significant other figure, right? So that makes total sense. The Emperor is also an Aries card. And besides that, the Emperor is somebody who is very well established, right? The Emperor's got everything going for them. The Emperor knows what he or she wants. The Emperor is large and in charge in a good way, in a positive way, right? The Emperor is somebody who is ready to get serious. The Four of Wands right next to the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, by the way, is the happily ever after card. It's a family card. The Four of Wands right next to it is a card of a commitment or marriage. Some people call it the 11-11 card. The Wheel of Fortune could be a Sagittarius you're dealing with, but the Wheel of Fortune is most likely a start of a cycle, right away. The next level up type of a cycle. In this case, that's marriage. The Wheel of Fortune is always good news in my spreads. The Three of Cups, clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, is a card of a union, a very happy union. Perhaps it's a card of a reunion. You could be going to some kind of a reunion with your friends or whoever, somebody you went to school with or something, and you could be meeting this person there, or somebody you already know in this case. But yeah, the Three of Cups is a card of a celebration. Perhaps you're going to be celebrating something called love, something called life together with this person. Right? In the potential outcome, we have the Six of Wands with the Chariot and the Ace of Pentacles. The Chariot could be a Cancer you're dealing with. The Chariot is a card of victory, success. It's a card of moving forward, not looking back. The Six of Wands to the left from the Chariot is also a victory and success card. Right? The Six of Wands back in the day used to be called the proposal card. The Ace of Pentacles right next to the deck is also a proposal card. Okay? So it's kind of backwards, right? But again, it's just a way of the universe to say that, yes, this is your final stop. All right? On the journey of looking for the lover of your life. Justice on the bottom of the deck could be a Libra you're dealing with, but Justice also kind of qualifies as a marriage card, right? Because Justice, it could be an actual place where people get married, like a chapel. Justice could represent the legal system, and what I mean by that, when we get married, we sign paperwork, right? We put our signatures at the bottom of a piece of paper where we agree to, for better or worse, basically, right? And that's the legal system. Then it gets filed with the government, with the local government. Yeah, so, yeah, I know what I'm not going to do, Taurus. I'm not going to do an extended for you. No extended reading, because that would be a complete waste of time. This is a done deal, right? You got two commitment and marriage cards right at the beginning of the reading. And you got the Emperor, a husband or a future significant other figure. All right, and two proposal cards. With the Chariot card, perhaps you could relocate. Perhaps when the two of you decide to move in together, you may relocate to another neighborhood, another city, another state, another country, another continent, what have you. But it's just moving forward and not looking back, that type of energy. So yeah, really happy for you, Taurus. Congratulations. Taurus, if you are already married or if you're in a relationship, this spread is for you. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords. Then we have the Empress as the outcome, or we'll get to that in just a second. I'll explain. And we also have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. So we got this couple, the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. I don't think any of those two people represent you, but this couple is going to be of some kind of a significance to you. Right? Perhaps one of them is your siblings, one of them is your daughter, one of them is your son, or you just know this couple. And we're actually starting with the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of commitment or marriage. It could also be a card of financial abundance or real estate. So yeah, perhaps this couple is getting married, or they're getting engaged, or they are buying a new home for themselves. Right? We have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. That's actually one of your major arcana cards, Taurus. The Empress right next to it, we'll get to that in just a second, is also one of your major arcana cards. You share the Empress with Libra. So yeah, somehow you are involved here, right? The Hierophant is not only your card, it's also a card of a commitment or marriage, just like the Ten of Pentacles. And let's talk about the Empress real quick. I simply asked, so what's up? What's going on? What's the outcome? How is this related to Taurus? And the Empress showed up. Perhaps, like I said, you are a mom or your grandma of one of those two, and those two are getting married or they're moving in together. But the Empress is also a card of somebody who is expecting a baby. You know, it's so perhaps this couple is, you know, starting or expanding a family, and you're somehow involved. Perhaps you're a godmom or a godfather to their baby. I don't know. Again, this couple will play some kind of a significant role in your life, but it's from the very positive perspective, right? These are some amazing cards. The Empress, the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles are fantastic cards to have together in the same spread, and by themselves too. These are awesome cards, and especially together. You can always leave me a comment, let me know how this plays out for you. Alright, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Taurus, this second half of January. Keep in mind, it could be somebody from a couple of months ago, a year ago, or a couple of years ago, so it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have Strength, we have the Fool, we have the Eight of Wands clarified by the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. We also have Temperance on the bottom of the deck. You're going to be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We also have you, Taurus, and Water, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. What's interesting about this reading, before I started clarifying, we had all fire, just fire on the table, right? And another interesting thing is that we had every single fire sign represented here by their respective major arcana card. Right? Strength is a Leo, the Fool could be an Aries, Temperance could be a Sagittarius. Right? And the Eight of Wands, before I started clarifying, it's still wands, it's still a fire sign indicator. At the same time, the Eight of Wands is a card of communication, and it's a card of travel, and it's also a card of Cupid's arrows. Alright, and the Eight of Wands is clarified by the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. The Hierophant is your major arcana card, Taurus, so you decided to make an appearance in your own reading. The Hierophant is also a card of a commitment or marriage. It's also a very spiritual card. The Knight of Cups clarifying that. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces you're dealing with, but the Knight of Cups is the most romantic knight out of all four knights. The Knight of Cups, you know, is often referred to as the knight in the shining armor, Prince Charming, and all that good stuff. So you definitely have something going here. Another interesting thing about this reading, there is no cards here that would suggest, that would point out somebody coming back from the past, and those cards would be Six of Cups or Judgment, but this is still an X reading. Right? I think you will give this a shot. I don't see any cards suggesting otherwise. I don't see any cards saying that you would reject this person. Right? Strength is not only a Leo card, it could be a card of having courage, or it's a card of loyalty. At the same time, Strength could be a card of pure, raw passion. The Fool is not only an Aries card, the Fool when it comes to X spreads, the Fool is a card of, giving it another shot. It's a card of starting from a clean slate, right? Temperance, if it's not a Sagittarius you're dealing with, then Temperance is a card of healing. Burying the hatchet, getting back together, reconciling, rekindling. So yeah, I think it's a reconciliation, right? The Hierophant is not only your card; it's also a card of commitment to marriage. This looks very promising. All right, so that's what I have for you, Taurus, for this reading for the second half of January. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also share and subscribe. And other than that, Taurus, have an amazing the rest of January.